and welcome to Study to Lead channel. Today we are going to discuss some of the best practices we can follow when a bug is leaked to production environment. So when the bug is leaked to production, how we are going to get communicated. So usually customer support team, any operations team or dev lead is going to inform us, suppose there is an issue escalated, one of the feature is not working as expected after we have done this deployment to production. So soon after we receive that escalation ticket, the number one step is don't panic, just relax, calm down, go to the ticket, do your analysis. First is the individual analysis, do your individual analysis, try to understand what's the issue, what causing the issue. Mostly when we work on the application with a good amount of time, we immediately come to know what sort of issue, what is the mistake, where did we miss it. But we should sit, relax, no panic, just sit and analyze the ticket, what happened, what is the test data, what is the environment variables they are using, what is the application property values they are using, what is the network parameters they are using, and try to analyze in your own way. The second step is that be very transparent with your team members and with your immediate leads. Being transparency is very, very important key factor when we are in a QA role, because when we are more transparent, then the more confidence level we'll have on us. So let's be transparent. And the second step is try to reproduce the issue in the lower environment. So we have to try to reproduce exactly the same issue, almost same variable, same test data. If possible, it may not always possible that we get the exact similar data due to security issues or other issues, but if possible, let us try to reproduce the same issue. We have to identify, or we should be able to identify that what is the issue. The issue is related to APIs, the issue is related to UI. So most of the UIs, when we see that particular feature is not working, we should right click and inspect and see the network tabs, what are the APIs it's calling, what are those APIs, what are the APIs are failing. And it may even happen that whatever the APIs that they're calling in particular feature also can be dependent on other external APIs. So when it is dependent on the other external APIs, the reason for the failure of our app API might be dependent on the external APIs. So that's good. So we can go and find out that why it is causing particular API is failing, right? And it may even happen that in lower environment, a particular API is working fine. The builds could be different. The test data could be different. So the first step, whenever there is an issue from the UI side, we have to open network tab and see what network calls are they going. Once we identified that, okay, there is no problem from the backend side, APIs calls are working fine, then we immediately have to focus on the UI part. Check, open the console errors, check what are the console errors we are seeing. If there are no console errors, it would be a browser specific issue also. So if it is a browser specific issue, we can handle them. You can immediately inform customer that boss, it's not working in Chrome, it's working in Firefox. So for the time being, adjust with Firefox. We are fixing this issue. So that's good. At least we have some backup. Okay. And one of the most rescue operation to be safest at is have rollback scripts. We should always have a rollback builds and rollback scripts. If anything goes wrong, we should be able to revert the builds. So always ask for the rollback scripts or rollbacks build when you are doing a specific, at least a very important feature. We should have a rollback plan. Okay, once the issue is identified, once the issue is able to reproduce, the most of the issues could be test data related. We can't test all the data, right? For example, there are extensions of the video players. We cannot test all the extensions of the players. It's not be practical. So if it is failing with the specific sort of data, then we can inform the customer that what it is just not working for one sort of data, use for the time being another sort of data. We are fixing this issue, and assume actually there is a problem, there's a straightforward issue fixed. Then sit with the dev team, sit with the product team, try to understand, try to explain the issue to the team, um, and try to, you know, come, let's do the first rescue plan. Okay. Mostly dev team will try to give us the POC build, proof of concepts builds, where we are going to deploy the build. Assume there are 5 components, there is a problem, we identified with only one component. We are going to replace the particular build and all the remaining builds should be same. Once we receive the particular build, then we are going to do the testing. That testing should be in a way that we have to think that what is the fix, how did they fix it. Of course, we don't have to know how did they fix it, we have to know exactly what is the fix. We can even go to extent to check their PS. No need to hesitate. Once we understand what is the fix, why they fixed it, next we have to think that how it is going to impact other modules and how it is going to impact other customer sort of data. So once these things are done, once we all come to one page, we are going to deploy the belts and do the rescue operation. Immediately, we are going to ask for the approvals. Immediately, we are going to deploy the belts and do the required steps and inform the customer that things are working. Dev will do the production sanity, QA will do the QA sanity, things. Once the issue has been fixed, now we need to step up on how does it miss it? What did we have done wrong? What would have been better? Okay, we have to retrospect our team. If you are a team lead or manager, don't hesitate to ask your team members. If you are a team member, don't hesitate to ask the lead or someone how we are going to make sure that these things doesn't happen, you know. So that actually bring the confidence in a product team, that will bring the confidence in my, hey, we have missed this issue, we have missed to automate this particular sort of future, we are going to add it up and understand the root cause analysis. Okay, so these are the best practices, team, we are going to follow, we are following, and from a long time, let us know what are the best practices in your team you're following. Please subscribe to the channel and encourage us. Thank you. Signing off. Study to Lead team.